So, Patrick, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I would love to hear your story. Like, tell us more about McNeece Brothers and how the company was started and where we are right now.
Okay. So I'm the fourth generation McNeece in the petroleum business and down in Southern California and in Western Arizona. My great grandfather built the second gas station in El Centro, California back in 1919. And that's what started the McNeece's roots in the petroleum industry. And over the years, it's morphed. The business has morphed over those 100 years. We got into, started out in the retail, and then we got into the wholesale in the late 40s, and we were a Shell oil distributor, and then later on became a full line Shell jobber. Um, we operate mostly in the commercial side of business. Big agriculture industry, the territory geography that we operate in, heavily agriculture. So we sell a lot of diesel fuel and lubricants and greases to the local farmer.
It sounds like you're sort of the new generation taking over and changing the company and thinking about the future. So, tell us more about you and how are you thinking about what does McNeece Brothers look like in the new world?
Yeah, so I'm the new up and coming generation. My father and his cousin have been running the business for the last 30 to 40 years. They're still involved on the day-to-day operations, but I'm the new young blood coming into the company over the last 6 years. So I'm trying to bring it into the 21st century.
Yeah.
And the technological aspect of the world we live in today that we were kind of lacking with our old procedures and processes that had been in place for a long time. A lot of pen and paper and manual processes that have been part of the company for the last 30 or 40 years, and we've been successful with those processes. That's why we're around today. But with the technology out there, the stuff that's there now, the stuff that's coming down the pipeline, it's very. We see it as very important that we got to adapt.
Yeah.
In this industry, there's been a lot of consolidation, a lot of bigger companies buying up smaller companies, and those big companies are utilizing these new forms of technology. So if we want to stay with the times, stay competitive, continue the family name in the petroleum industry, we have to adapt as well.
Yeah, it's great. And one thing we noticed with our relationship through Fleet Panda was right from get go you were very hands on. You were like kind of adapted, really like to shape the product and be involved. And I believe like we did your implementation within few days once we were there, right? Like once we prepared, which is kind of doesn't happen in the industry that often, right? So
yeah. You guys,
how was your experience there? Like
it was great. We've been running it now for about a year. I think next month, here in a couple weeks, will be a year since you guys came into our office.
We need to send you a cake.
We did an onboarding process, and we were pleased with it. You guys were pleased with it as well. From what I heard and what we set up a 5-day block for you guys to come in and do training and get the drivers trained, get the office staff, the dispatcher, get us all trained, and then go live with the product. And I believe we were the first company that you guys did a 3-day launch.
Yes.
A successful launch in only 3 days.
It's only 3 days, yeah.
So you guys came in, did training. We had our people, they're ready to learn. And the app, it's very user friendly. So that's a big reason why we were able to do something like that in 3 days.
Exactly, yeah.
The technology being so user friendly. We have drivers that are young drivers that are 20, 30-year veterans towards the end of their career, and whether it was the young guy or the old guy, they all picked it up. They all picked it up quick. Very few issues getting off the ground running, and here we are a year later using the system and going to continue adding more trucks to the system and and yeah, it's going great.
Yeah, and you're fully paperless now.
Yes, we
That's
are.
great. Like not many companies in our industry can say that. So kudos to you.
Yeah, it was a big change. A lot of with having three different branches. Um, a lot of movement of paperwork in the past. We were shuffling paper all the time, scanning it to the different branches of our organization, getting it to the right people, and now it's all in one platform. A few clicks of a button, and you're sending everything off to whoever it needs to go to. So it's saved us quite a bit of time.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So, what are you? What's kind of your vision with the technical infrastructure and just the company in general? Like, how do you see next few years play out? Like, what are the things? I know that we've discussed a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipeline, and you're excited about it. And obviously, you now have fully paperless operation, and you can probably use the data and to do analytics better. How are you seeing about leveraging what we've built together here? Like,
Yeah,
where
we
does it
want to
go
we
now?
want to we want to expand on it. We've been running our truck and trailers for a year on the system. This next month, we're bringing our bobtails
Great.
online to the system, and then once that's successfully implemented, we'll be moving on to the lubricants
Yeah.
module that you guys are just about finished with, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll be adding that portion of our business to your platform, and then once we get those three core modules completed, then we'll start adding on the smaller ones, but that it could be just important as the larger ones. Route optimization,
Yeah.
things like that. I'm really excited for what you guys are going to show me on the progress you've made on the route optimization. That's going to be good for our bobtails that we're bringing onto the platform. Those drivers are roam a little more freely,
Yeah.
and they have the ability to set their routes for the day based on their customers and their territory that they're covering. Um, and efficiencies. It'll help us bring in some real efficiencies. Drivers, they can only do so much. Now you get computers, AI
Yeah.
involved, and it should really make those routes more efficient, deliver more gallons and less miles traveled, least amount of man hours, and get that efficiency, get our bottom line increased.
That is so great to hear. And you probably might have already seen some efficiencies come in.
Oh yes.
With anything particular you like to maybe share that in the past it used to be this, and like, what have you observed?
Yeah, so our dispatching, dispatcher. He's probably saving about 2 hours a day
That's great. Yeah.
in paperwork that he's not shuffling around, scanning anymore, saving onto our servers, things like that. Everything is now on your platform. It's searchable. Your platform or database is searchable. We could, if we have questions, want to go look up previous delivery shifts, we could access it, with a couple clicks.
Great.
So it saved him a lot of time. Once we bring our bobtails on board here next month, that should save the drivers about an hour in busy work, is what we call it. Creating delivery
Yeah.
tickets, reconciling their paperwork from the day before, creating their routes for the day. When they come in the morning, they're not going to be needing to make up tickets for
Yeah.
their deliveries that day. They got to, hopefully they just select their customers that need fuel, click a button, your program builds an efficient route for them. They hop on the truck and they're out the yard, delivering fuel. So that should save quite a bit of time as well.
That is awesome. And now we also have all this data collected, right? I mean, we're looking at driver data, your dispatch data, how fast the trucks are moving, how much time it took to load, to deliver. Sounds like a lot of interesting opportunities there to just be more data driven, do some analytics.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, data's the new
The new gold.
buzzword, the new gold, exactly. Um, so I'm interested to see. I may not know all the things yet that
Yeah.
you guys are going to be able to do
BI.
with this
Yeah.
data. Over the years, there's going to be more options and things that we could use this data for. So I'm excited for the future.
And I know your dad was a little bit, hey, like we're bringing all this technology and like, what are you doing to my operation? What's going on? Like, how is he feeling now?
Oh, he's a trooper. He's a good guy. He does have his doubts sometimes, just because he's an old school guy, and he's he's like, hey, we've been doing it this way for 30 years. It's worked. It's not a broken system. You know that old saying, if it's not broke, why fix it? Um, but he's been able to see, he's gotten feedback directly from our employees.
That's great.
Who have said,
Yeah.
hey, now that we have Fleet Panda, I could do this, and this, or it's saving me this amount of time. Also, too, we've had times where, with COVID,
Yeah.
our dispatcher may be out with COVID and is out of the office for 5 to 6 business days. Well, now he's just at home on his laptop doing all the dispatching from home.
Right.
Where in the past that couldn't have been done.
Yeah.
So we've seen, my dad has seen firsthand, we've been putting in, different scenarios. And because of the Fleet Panda platform, it's helped us, get through those situations.
Yeah.
So he's a like I said, he's a trooper. It's tough, when the new generation comes in. It's tough to kind of let them, do their thing and figure out their own way. But he was my age at one point. He remembers coming into the business and
Right.
and trying to do all those new things as well. And so yeah, he's been supportive.
It's awesome. And sounds like our team members and him had a session today about feature request and everything else we could build, right? So looks like is now like part of like, hey, can we also do all this stuff?
Yeah.
He's getting feature request in.
Yeah, that's right. He comes up with some ideas and questions and stuff like that, and yeah, very cool.
That's awesome. Patrick, thanks for being
No
such a
problem.
great customer and a friend.
Yeah,
Thanks for doing this
Appreciate
quick interview with
we
us.
appreciate the partnership,
Awesome.
and we're excited for the future.
Thank you.
Yes.
Same here.
All righty.